Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Dirt Road Salvation. I'm Joe, that's Tank, he's asleep, and there's Fatty Cake. Well, we're going to be talking today about AB5 and what that means for us in this trucking industry. I know everybody's kind of had their own little thing about it. I'm going to break down an article that ATBS put out about it. So here's my thoughts and process on all of this, and without further ado, let's get over here and let's get into it. AB5. On June 30, 2022, the U.S. Supreme Court denied to hear AB5. As a result, the injunction on AB5 that has been in place for 2 years will be lifted, and AB5 will be California law retroactive of 1 January 2020. AB5 is Assembly Bill 5. In California, the law restricts businesses from classifying workers as independent contractors rather than employees. The bill was driven by unions. Excuse me, can't talk today. The bill was driven by unions wanting to organize workers, and experts believe that it will increase labor costs, create higher costs for consumers, reduce the quality of service, and most importantly, reduce the flexibility of workers. The bill is largely opposed by gig economy companies like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, because the bill was initially created to try to combat these business models. And unfortunately, the bill will unintentionally affect independent contractors and truck drivers living in the state of California. Let's see. Dynamax ruling. Dynamax ruling establishes presumption that workers and are employees unless hiring companies can prove otherwise. Prior to Dynamax, the Barillo test, in place since 1989, was an 11-prong test that most independent contractors or owner-operators were able to pass. The Dynamax ruling replaces Barillo with a new three-prong test called the ABC test to determine if a person is qualified to be a contractor. And the three prongs of the ABC test in all of their glorious majesty is: 1, the worker is free from the control and direction of the hirer in connection with the performance of work. Number 2, the worker performs work that is outside the usual course of the hiring entity's business. And number 3, the worker is customarily engaged in independently established trade, occupation, or business of the same nature as the work performed in the hiring entity. And it is the second prong of this that independent contractors or truck drivers have the issue with. Who's exempt? Well, somebody's got to be exempt, right? It's politics. Let's see. Doctors, dentists, insurance agents, lawyers, accountants, securities brokers, real estate agents, hairstylists, and what they call creative professionals are going to be exempt. But even though you're exempt, Mr. Doctor, you still have to pass the Barillo test. Look at that. So, one workaround is a 2-check system. They pay you a W-2. They rent your truck. Y'all can read through this. It's just something that's just not going to happen. Basically, the IRS is going to consider it as shielding his income. So y'all can pause and scroll through that. It's not something I'm going to get into. So basically, in the meantime, what are your options? And these are the options that these different carriers are giving their independent contractors. 1, move residents out of California. Get out. Number 2, get your own authority. But that also increases your costs, administrative responsibilities, and then you got to pay for and deal with compliance. Number 3, go back to being an employee. Forget your whole dream about owning a business. Just give it all away. We're Americans. We shouldn't have business, right? Or number 4, deadhead out of California. We can take them stuff, but we can't pick stuff up out of California. Personally, I'm just not going to take them anything. That's just me. You don't want me there? Find someone else to run your freight. Or you can just end your relationship with your carrier altogether. In conclusion, with the Supreme Court refusing to hear AB5, and it is now the norm in California, and it has been retroacted to 1 January 2020, if you are an owner-operator with a California residence, AB5 forces you to make immediate and significant changes to how you operate your trucking business. Here, and let's see, ATBS, which they're the ones who wrote the article, They've already seen people move their residences to states like Nevada and Arizona, just outside of California, because owner-operators are independent contractors by choice and have no desire to become employees. So, with that being the case, all it is Big Brother's coming down, and he's taking his grape squasher, and he's squashing the nuts of the American people, taking away our right to have business. I don't know. I'm against it. Y'all get in the comments below. Tell me whether you're for AB5 or against AB5, and let me know what you think about it. I look forward to engaging with you and having those conversations in the future. So until then, I love y'all, and we'll see you next time. The bill is largely opposed by big gig companies. Big gig economic companies. AB5 is based on 30 April 2018 California Supreme Court ruling on a case known as Dynamax. Dynamax? Yeah, Dynamax. The